traveling to consciousness, exploring spiritual journeys to find answers in uncertainty.
Homelessness is a huge issue that is facing America today. Right now, it's expected and estimated that there's about 553,000 people that are homeless in America. We have to reduce that number. We have to provide and make our own citizens feel safe. Because right now, people do not feel safe, especially those who find themselves homeless and on the streets. I even saw a video recently that downtown San Diego, a place that I lived in for 4 years, is getting overran with homeless people. And this is a consequence of many policies, decisions. But there is a way that we can solve this. Number one, we can provide homes for these people. Now, I know that sounds outlandish. I know that sounds crazy. But once you dive into the numbers, it's not that crazy. So let's start off with a reference point, right? Because we got to put a ballpark figure on how much this is actually going to cost us as a nation. So to begin, it's a little bit difficult to pinpoint exact numbers, right? But because we got to worry about the types of housing, we got to worry about the geographical location of these houses, the scale of construction. All of these are important figures. But as a reference point, in 2017, there was a report done by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, and they estimated that the cost would be about $20.4 billion to end homelessness in the United States. Now, this figure was based on providing immediate and permanent housing to the homeless population. And so also estimated about 550, where they estimated and got the number of 553,000 people being homeless. So let's assume that these are very small numbers, right? So let's even just, for the sake of argument, increase that number by 50%. So let's say we're working with a number of $30 billion. Let's say we needed $30 billion to create enough home to house every homeless person. Well, using that $30 billion number, let's take a look at what, as America, we're currently spending to end homelessness. So in the fiscal year of 2023, the U.S. federal government allocated about $3.6 billion for homelessness assistance programs. Okay. Homelessness assistance programs. I don't like the language of that. That makes me think that they're just assisting people in being homeless. I hope that's not what they're doing. But who knows what they're actually doing with the money. But let's go down. I'm being judgmental at this point. Let's hope that they're doing the best they can. Additionally, President Biden proposed a budget for FY fiscal year 2023, which sought to increase funding for these initiatives, aiming for a total of $8.7 billion to enhance these programs. Let's enhance them. Let's get to 8.7. So let's say that we're already spending $8.7 billion on it. Now, if we look at California alone, right? So this is one state. They're allocating about $12 billion to combat homelessness. And then you add those two numbers together, 8 and 12, we're already at 20 billion. We're already at that magical number of 20 billion, and yet the number of homeless people appears to be increasing steadily. So where else could we find this money? Well, a part of the American Congress Party agenda, a part of my agenda, is to completely end war in the entire world, create peace, create everlasting peace. Because right now we have the leaders of countries sending our brothers and sisters, our moms and dads, to go fight in a war that we don't even want to be in. And not to mention just the physical people, but they're sending our money to protect other nations whenever we have so many issues here at home that we need to address first before we can even consider making other countries better. So where else can we find money? Well, for the fiscal years 2021, 2022, and 2023, the defense budgets were approximately $705 billion, $740 billion, and $773 billion. And then, adding on top of this, talking about a war that very few people believe that we should even be in, and the way that the war even started is questionable in the first place. From 2022 to early 2024, Congress approved about $113 billion in aid for Ukraine. So, where are we going to find the money for homelessness? Well, we're going to stop funding foreign wars. We're going to achieve world peace. We're going to hold leaders accountable, which is something I may have skipped over there whenever I was speaking, is that leaders right now are not held accountable for the atrocities that they're committing. Whether you're Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Hamas/Palestine, it doesn't matter. The leaders who are sending people to die are not held accountable. None of them are even fighting in these wars. Their families are safe. They are sending militant combatants to go and do these atrocities. And then the innocent people are left to pick up the rubble, who then have to go and redevelop the entire place in the first place, thus causing a more lack of homes in different countries. So it seems to me that the big picture, all the policies combined, are increasing homelessness across the world. And I don't know if I have my suspicions, but I don't know if it's on purpose or not. But we have to make decisions in a way that are actually going to work, that in the long run are going to reduce the number of people who are homeless. So in order to do that, we can just easily look at our military spending, $773 billion. And you can't tell me that all that money is not wasted. I've heard numerous reports about how military budgets need to spend money, otherwise they don't get it the next year. And so I'll let you do your own research on how they might be spending that money to make sure they get that in the future. And all of this to say that the figure of $30 billion to spend to build homes for all homeless people becomes a small number compared to the amount of money that we're spending on creating more homelessness around the world, compared to the $113 billion that we're spending on killing more people. Because that's the issue here, is that innocent people are dying. Innocent people are becoming homeless and, quite frankly, victims of a system that is not supporting them. So we have to find a way to do this. We have to find a way to make sure that everybody, regardless of your sexual orientation, regardless of your skin color, regardless of where you lived, regardless of to who you pray to, we have to find a way for everyone to become homeless, or to reduce homelessness. We have to find a way to reduce that number. And I truly believe, and I can truly see a future where that is possible. We just have to make the right decisions to go that direction. So these policies are a great way to do that. And maybe you're sitting there thinking to yourself, okay, great. What can I do? What can you do? There are so many things that you can do. One of the things you can do is register with American Congress Party. This is one of the simplest ways you can aid this movement. Even if you're in Washington, or you're in Texas, or you're in California, and because I'm running in the 17th district of PA. So one thing you can do is change your voter registration. Just go into Google, type in the name of your state, and then voter registration. So Texas voter registration, California voter registration. And then just change your party to American Congress Party. You'll have to click other and fill it in. This is a very simple way that you can become a part of this movement. And there are more ways too. There are many more ways, but we really have to focus on spending money in a way that benefits everybody, and not spending money in a way that creates more fear and chaos, because there's already enough of that in this world. And we need to bring back peace, prosperity for all of us, not just for a select few. And so another way that you could help is we are currently looking for video editors. We are currently looking for short form content editors. So reach out, shoot me an email, and we'll get in touch. We'll find a way that you're able to help this vision, this mission. Because right now, this is 100% self-funded. As of right now. At some point in time, yes, I will need to ask for donations. I will need to leverage your money to reach more people, to get this message to more people. But as of right now, this is 100% self-funded. And so I am looking for anybody who feels called to this movement. If you feel like you're being called to help and you're not sure, reach out. Let's do this together, because it's going to take a lot more than just me or the American Congress Party. It takes you, the people. You have to realize that this system is not set up for victory for everybody. It's only set up for victory for a select few. So the more we can realize that, the more we can come together. And the more we come together, the closer we will be to world peace. Because I see a vision that is possible in our time. We just need leaders, not only in America, but across the entire world, who see this vision as well. So join me, join the American Congress Party, and let's restore balance and harmony to the world. And if for some reason we don't see each other in this 3-dimensional reality, then I know for sure we'll see each other in the 6th dimension.